And as I was having a conversation with a few people, they were saying the reason why they do this is because of the civil rights movement, the so-called Black Lives Matter movement of the 40s and 50s, right? So I was telling them, I said the so-called civil rights movement, it's not what you think, man. A lot of our people think that the civil rights movement was the so-called black rights movement, man. And that's really not what that was about, man. You know, if you think about it, the word civil, it derives from the word civilization, right? Or civilians. Okay, so that civil rights movement back in the 40s and 50s, man, or even the 30s when it started, it really wasn't fully for our people, man. And that's what I was trying to explain to the person that I was talking about, like the civil rights movement. That was for everyone. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't only for black people, it was for everyone, man. It was for your so-called blacks, of course, but it was also for whites. It was for the Chinese. It was for the Japanese. It was for the so-called Native Africans. It was for the Native Americans, the Hispanics, the Mexicans, what have you. It was for everyone, man. That civil rights movement wasn't for only black people, right? And this is what I showed them. I showed them the definition of the word civil and civil rights and civilization. And just to prove it, I'm going to bring it up on my screen right here, right? So we're going to go to the definition of the word civil rights, okay? Salakia, that's my neighbor with their horn blowing. I guess that's their alarm or something, but we're going to go to the definition of civil rights. Bear with me 1 second here, Yasha Allah. 1 second. Sitting my screen taking a little time to pop up here. All right, so here we go. We got the definition of civil rights here, right?
Civil rights.
So as you can see here, it's a noun, and it reads, the rights of citizens to political and social freedom and equality. All right, citizens. It don't say anything about black people or so-called African Americans or Negroes, right? It says the rights of citizens to political and social freedom and equality. All right, so let's dig a little deeper here. Okay, let me move this down here. What are civil rights? And it reads, civil rights include the ensuring of people's physical and mental integrity, life and safety, protection, and discrimination on grounds such as race, gender, sexual orientation, okay, gender, identity, national origin, color, age, political affiliation, ethnicity, religion, and disability, and individuals such as, okay, so it went in continuation into something else there. But once again, you don't see anything there about Negroes, so-called blacks, so-called African Americans, okay? It says race, as in all races. Your so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, all of the other nations, Asians, right? Your Japanese, your Russians, okay? Your Ukrainians, your Germans, all right? Your people from the UK, what have you. Canada, okay? It don't say anything about it only being a so-called Negro movement, all right? Let's dig a little deeper. It says, which is the best definition of civil rights? Civil rights are an expansive and significant set of rights that are designed to protect individuals from unfair treatment. Individuals, okay? It don't say anything about blacks or Negroes or so-called African Americans, all right? It says that are designed to protect individuals from unfair treatment. So that could be your Chinese, that could be your so-called Jewish, your Russians, your Ukrainians, okay? Your Japanese, your Taiwanese, your Vietnamese, it could be anyone, right? Individuals from unfair treatment. They are the rights of individuals to receive equal treatment and to be free from unfair treatment or discrimination in a number of settings, including education, employment, housing, public, and then it probably goes off into something else too, right? So this is what this is, man. You know, a lot of our people, they claim that they're going out there to vote because it's all a part of black rights, right? But right here, your so-called civil rights of the 30s, 40s, and 50s, that really wasn't for all of our people, man. It wasn't only for our people. That was for everyone, all right? Let's get into some more definitions. Okay, now we're going to go into civilization, in which the word civil derived from, right?
Civilization.
As you can see, it's a noun. And then it says the state of human, social, and cultural development and organization that is considered most advanced, all right? The process by which a society or place reaches an advanced stage of social and cultural development and organization, all right? Nothing about only Negroes or only African Americans, all right? The society, culture, and the way of life of a particular area, okay? You know, your so called civil rights, or as some of our people like to say, the so called Black Lives Matter movement of the 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? That wasn't only for our people, man. And as you can see here on the pictures, you have a lot of our folks, man. It's mostly our people, right? You have all of these pictures here, right? So mainly, we're the ones that was fighting for these rights back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, right? All of these pictures here, you can look up and down, right? Tons and tons of our people, right? All of these pictures, man. Okay. And if you want to speak in the sense of the 12 tribes of Israel, this is all Judah here, right? This is all Judah, the so called Negroes, the African Americans, right? We're the main ones fighting for the so called civil rights, which was supposedly for only our people, right? But it wound up being for everyone, okay? So this is all Judah here, man. That's the reason why a lot of our people, they say a lot of the immigrants that came into this country, they have all of these benefits that they have today. It's because of our people. We were the ones out there on the front line back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s fighting for these rights for the people, man, the special rights, right? So that's the reason why a lot of these nations, they come over here and they enjoy these special rights, man. Okay? It's because of us. Our people was out here fighting and protesting, getting killed, getting bitten by dogs, right? Getting sprayed down with water hoses from fire trucks, right? This is all Judah, man. The head tribe of the 12 tribes of Israel, man. Okay? All of the sisters there, all of the brothers there, man. These are all of our people, right? We the ones that been on the front line going against these racist cops, man. Right? All Judites here. Men, women, and sometimes children, right? If they were old enough. So this is all of our people, man. Okay? But little did they know, or maybe they haven't known, I'm not too sure, when they was fighting for the civil rights, the so-called, as I was saying before, the Black Lives Matter movement of the 30s, 40s, and 50s, man, they thought that they was fighting only for our people, but it really wasn't, man. It was for everyone. All right? And which was unfair to us because, as I was saying before, a lot of these immigrants, they come over here and they enjoy the benefits for off the things that we fought for, man, our ancestors, right? So this is what this was for, man. This is your so-called civil rights movement, right? It wasn't the Black Lives Matter movement of the 30s, 40s, and 50s, man, because it wasn't only for black people, right? So I wanted to bring that out there because I was having that discussion with someone about the definition of civil rights, and they thought that it was only for black people, but I had to bring that out, man. That civil rights movement wasn't only for black people, it was for everyone. Okay.